Good evening, everybody. Well, pre-spring is here, and that means getting the greenhouse ready to start planting, growing out some plants, and getting some of the fig trees going. As you can see, every year the greenhouse takes a bit of a disaster turn as we get later in the season when the leaves start dropping. Never seem to be able to get it all cleaned up, just never home in the fall, late fall, early winter a lot. Visiting family and doing other activities, usually vacation. So, time to start cleaning this out. The fig trees look like they overwintered very well in here. Growth tips might be hurt a little bit, but definitely still alive. I will go ahead and scratch off a little area. You can see it's nice bright green. Even the small trees look like they did well in here. I wanted to try this out this year. There's a little bit of dieback. It looks okay. I think that'll be okay. A little bit of dieback on this guy here, on this Calderon de Minor. Probably the tender young growth. It should sprout back, though, out of this area. But I need to go ahead and clean this all out, start getting stuff cleaned up. Okay, I've got the greenhouse pretty well cleaned out. Now I'm going to try this little electric pressure washer. See if I can clean up the paver floor a little bit. Oh, I forgot I have to cover up the heater. Okay, the heater is covered. Let's go ahead and give this a try, see what happens. A little electric pump doesn't seem to have an awful lot of juice to it. Not much juice to it at all. Let me see if there's something wrong. Alright, looks like the diaphragm just had to loosen up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Okay, and for some weed prevention, picked this up at Tractor Supply to try to help control some of the stuff that grows through the pavers in the greenhouse. So I've got to be real careful with this. It's 1 ounce to 10 ounce of water. I've got 1.9 liters, so I need about 6 ounces of this. Let's go ahead and mix it up without trying to get it on myself. Okay, it's about right. About 6 ounces, more or less. And I'll go ahead and mix this up in my new sprayer. Alright, I've got this pump sprayer. And all I really want to do is spray, especially around the edges of the greenhouse. That's where I get a lot of buildup of weeds. But I'll probably put some on the pavers as well, just to try to keep some of the weeds that pop up from popping up. Alright, spraying is complete. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I've got to move all the stuff back in. So we'll give it a little bit to settle down in here, and then I'll move the shelving in, move what I can. I don't want to put the fig trees that are fabric pots right on the ground. I don't want them to soak up the pesticide or the weed killer that I just put down here. So we'll give it a little bit of time. Alright, now that the greenhouse is somewhat cleaned up, I did notice that some of my panels are in really bad shape. To the point of where there's almost nothing left of them. So it's time to replace them and put new ones in. Okay, and here are the panels that I got from a local nursery here. He was able to order me several of these. They come in 4-foot widths by whatever length you want. So in this case, it was 77.5 inches I had them cut it to. One side is UV protected. This side goes out. That side goes in, and I have to actually remember to remove the film, this protective film here, because last time I put them up on the roof of the greenhouse, I forgot to do that, so it was not as easy to get it afterwards. Let me get the old one off. I will compare it and try to cut it to the same size. I was hoping this wind would let up. It's supposed to be snowy tomorrow, 3 to 5 inches with high winds all weekend, so trying to get some of this work done. This is 6mm twin wall polycarbonate for those of you that may be interested. Cost was $25 a sheet, which I thought was excellent. Okay, so each of these panels is held in by these little clips. I need to actually go get a pair of pliers so I don't destroy my fingers trying to get them out, but they just snap in and hold this panel in. At one point I had siliconed the panels thinking that it would help. It does not. On the larger panels that have cross beams, I do put a bolt and washer through to help hold it in. Okay, getting these off is pretty easy. Get one leg started, especially since you don't care too much about damaging the panel. It's just pulls right off, and hopefully I can reuse these for the new panels. All right, first panel coming off. Nasty. I will have to go through and clean this up a little bit. But yeah, first panel came off, and it came off pretty much intact. So I can use this as a template for the one that I have to cut to replace it. Okay, I traced out the old panel, and now all I'm going to do is take a razor blade and cut through this side of the plastic, and then I will have to flip it over and do the same on the other side. Okay, let's see if you can tell which panel is the new panel and which panel is the old panel. Pretty easy to tell, huh? New panel's in, one down, many to go. Should look nice when it's done, though. It was starting to look a little ratty here. Okay, I've got the whole front side redone. Looks nice. One thing I somewhat regret is I tried to use up a piece of scrap and turn this one sideways, and you can see the lines go a different way. It's not a big deal, it'll still function just fine, but it does look just a little bit weird. Let's see how it looks from the inside. Significant higher amount of light coming through, that's for sure. You can actually see out of it now versus what it was, which is similar to those panels. Roof panels I replaced a year or two ago, and they're still pretty clear, but the side panels, they're about shot. I have enough to do this wall here and not to do the next two. I probably need to get more and do the next two, but at this point I just wanted to get the ones that were absolutely critical and falling apart, especially down by the floor there. Either way, now there's no significant open holes, so I can get the greenhouse started. I was hoping to get to the sidewall tomorrow, but they're calling for 3 to 5 inches of snow and 30-mile-per-hour winds for the next 2 days. And you do not want to be handling these panels when it's windy out. So that may have to wait a little bit. I'll try to show everybody the finished product once it's done. But until then, we're just one step closer to spring. I can't wait. Take care, everybody. PA Figs here.